Okay, let me talk about this video. So this video is, I'm going to show you guys. It is, I asked for a WoW game producer about the future of PvP in WoW's next expansion, which is War Within. And pretty much an interview from Venruki, technically PvP, and Big Moran, which is a writer, I think, from Skillcap. And they asked a few questions to this gentleman, which is George Velev. And I've watched the whole video twice, even, to be sure about what I'm going to say. I'm very thankful for Venruki, technical PvP, and I would say also skill capped with Big Moran for the interview. I'm also thankful for the interview from the interviewee, which is George Velev. But that ain't it. The questions asked were actually very good questions. I think I have nothing to say about those questions. I think we got plenty of insights about the new battleground in War Within, which is great. Again, I think it could need a trailer video from that battleground, but I mean, who am I to say that? They would do definitely a trailer video for the delves or for obviously Mythic Plus and the raids, but for PvP, no trailer video. We will just have it on the PTR and probably get some people that play PvP to tell us what is going on with the PG. But anyways, we got a few questions on that, and it's actually fantastic. I'm not going to play the video because I feel like I want you guys to watch the video with technically PvP or Venruki's channel or both. Try to help both channels. But that ain't it. I think the questions were very good, but it's a producer, and we got like very cookie cutter PR answers. So I'm going to give you a few of those questions, but again, I think all those questions actually end with the same answers. But so they asked about the 3-3 situations for healers where the MMR is staying the same or the CR is staying the same. There's no real progressions for healers, and the healer disparity with the Q times and the MMR problems. And it's pretty much a to be decided. It's an ongoing conversation, nothing to share kind of deal. That's one of those questions. And then you have also questions that were led by Venruki about the tier sets, which basically they said they were very happy about those PvE tier sets in PvP, so happy that they have to halve it constantly on the PvP side of things. I mean, if they were very happy about that, then they would not necessitate that much attention, like balance-wise. I think PvP tier sets are a need. It's not even a do we have to do this? It just is like we kind of need to do this because balance-wise it would make sense. Some abilities just don't get play in PvP, no matter what genre of PvP. It could be world PvP, PvP, BGs, arenas. Some talents are just unusable in PvP. Some talents are just straight up not taken in PvP, but those talents are necessary for those tier sets. So that was also brought up, and it was also like a question of they are not planning to do that for the start of War Within. They also had a question about like team RPGs, which is like the normal like rated battlegrounds bracket, and it will be unchanged for the start of War Within, which I kind of like knew because it necessitates too much work to have it in 4 months. And they're going to stick with it, and the reward structures are also kind of to be decided because they asked about new rewards or new incentives, and they basically said like we're still in conversation, and what we're planning to do is basically spreading throughout the bracket. So they are trying to probably put the elite sets at 1600 and maybe the token for 1400, something like that, and maybe the weapons that you could have for the elite sets, those are 2100, and then you have like the illusions at 1800 probably, so the enchants that you can show on your weapons. So that's their goal. I think they're going to spread that a bit more wider instead of like putting everything on the top end, which ultimately doesn't really fix anything because again, the number that you have on your screen, which is the CR, doesn't always match up with the actual effort that you have to put in those games. Like in season 1, you could you could have gotten a CR that was really satisfying, but season 2 and season 3, nothing changed from your side of skills, but actually showed you that you got less CR. So basically, the game says that you're doing worse, but basically you're doing the same, and you feel like you're doing the same, but you are not really rewarded for that, because the game actually says, look, there's just not enough players for you to be 2100 or 2400 or 2700 or whatever number you had at season 1. So that's the issue, and they're like again telling you with some PR and with some issues, with a lot of issues with the MMR, with again a PR like we are still in ongoing discussion and ongoing PR and ongoing everything around MMR. So all those problems together are obviously just discussed, but there is nothing substantial out of that conversation. Again, nothing to George. He is a producer, so if you're like doing Scrum in IT, he's pretty much the product master, but he's not really doing the things. He's discussing with the things. He's talking about those things, but he's not really deciding on those things. He's not a designer. He's not a I would say dev as well. So he's like the overseer of that conversation. And since everything is around the conversation around the MMR and around the reward structures, he doesn't have anything to talk about the essence of those problems and those conversations. And a lot of those things are also to be decided. It could be changed in 4 months, it could be changed in 2 months, so he has nothing that he can actually say towards the public about those problems. And the reason why I make a video is not like to do a resume of this video. No, I think the video that I'm going to title is basically that is the reason why the communication is so bad from Blizzard, because they actually don't have any answers. A lot of the concerns that we had on Twitter or on X, whatever it's called these days, or on YouTube with videos or on Twitch, are basically questions that are just not answered because they don't have any answers. They can basically say the same thing in the video, like to be decided, it's an ongoing conversation, we know the struggles, we're trying to search a solution, and that's it. But they're not going to say that because obviously everyone is going to be outcrying about. They just don't have a solution for anything going on. That's why they don't answer. It's not like they don't want to answer, it's just they don't have an answer for those problems. And this video kind of shows us what the problem is currently with WoW PvP. It's not really the communication. I guess the communication is an issue, but I think the overall answers to those problems are a massive problem. And clearly they don't have the solutions, because they would easily say that on the video, like, look, we have a solution, it will be implemented in War Within, those are the solutions, and those you can basically look forward to. But it's clearly not the case. They don't have a solution. There are conversations. They are not going to tell you that, man up, we don't have enough healers, it is what it is at the end of the day. They could say that, but they're not going to say that, because obviously everyone is going to be outcrying about. But that's actually the reality. We just don't have enough healers. They say that it is an ongoing conversation to get more people to heal in PvP, so they want to make it more fun, more accessible, whatever. But at the end of the day, the reality is, if you are not wanting to PvP as a healer, then you are not going to PvP as a healer. For me, I play healer sometimes with friends, or whenever I feel like I want a fast solo shuffle, and that's it. But I'm going to be honest, if by any chance I have a chance to choose between DPS or healer, I'll be playing DPS. That's just how I like to play the game. And right now I'm not really playing Dragonflight anymore, because I feel like Season 4 is a filler, and there is nothing substantial that is wanting for me to play that game. I do play Cataclysm now, like the pre-patch, and once we have the Cataclysm release, I'm going to be playing that until probably War Within, or even like further than War Within, depending on how it goes. But this is just not reassuring. I'm going to say I'm very sorry for Venruki technical PvP and even skill caps, because they put effort in those questions, and it really feels like those questions are from the community. It's not like a question just to put out a question. I'm very proud of them, but they got like literally a zero-sum answer. Like they could even not do the video, not the interview, it would not change anything except for the BG reveal. But yeah, we got some answers like no tier set, but I guess a negative is an answer, but it's negative. Man, I mean, for Soul Shuffle, it's a bit doomed because again, like I said, there is not much they can do about MMR for healers because it's either they inflated the hell out of it, and then it would make the ladder a bit unfair. So it would be like seeing healers towards 4k and then DPS towards 3k. So you would have a lot of disparity. But they cannot really spawn healers, except if they have like a huge AI advancement where you can have a great healer as a bot that would feel like a human, but that's not the case. So basically, to sum up my video, they don't have any communication, just not because they don't want to, but because they don't have any answers to our problems. That's clearly the case for this video and clearly the case for current gameplay and current communication landscape. So yeah, I'm very sorry for everything. I'm very sorry for the people that are waiting for good news. For now, we don't have any news pretty much, and I don't know. I don't think there will be a second interview. And to be honest, nothing versus George, but he didn't really reassure anyone with this interview. At least not me. I did like the interview because of the interviewers, but not because of the interviewee, and that's a problem in my opinion. I think the job of an interview is to make the interviewee the most important thing and the most like interesting thing, because again those answers are more interesting than the questions normally, but it feels like the questions were more interesting than the answers, and we didn't get any answers towards that. So again, big thanks to Veruki, Technically PvP, and Big Moron. I'm going to post the channels in the description, not in the description, in the comments, because in the description it's a bit difficult. So I'm going to do that. Please watch those videos. Please help them with having more people watching those videos. But again, I'm going to say that you have no answers to those questions at all. So don't expect anything like really substantial coming out of that interview, because it is just part of the deal, PR. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Be sure to stay safe. We will catch you all probably very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.